Hey, we've got the prenup signed right here. I don't know why you think you're getting any money. And she's like, I absolutely did not sign that document. I don't know what that document is. I've never seen that document in my life.
Male patients will ask about their wives' low libido, and they ask if there's any lab tests you can order or medications.
Those men would rather believe that women are biologically wired to want sex less and that there must be some sort of scientific cure for it than to accept that perhaps they are just behaving in a fundamentally way.
You guys are low-key blaming Keke Palmer for what she's going through.
That the notary that the wife recommended they use when they signed the prenup was her best friend from college.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe, also smash that notification bell just to be sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. Alright, let's hop right into it.
You guys are low-key blaming Keke Palmer for what she's going through. You guys are secretly blaming Keke Palmer for what she's going through. And you guys don't even notice it because you're trying to push an agenda so bad. You're trying to always make something a message, and not everything needs to be a message. So, first off, the ones who are sitting on this app saying that, oh, broke men are abusive, you must not have dated a rich man. You must not have dated a rich man.
Alright, now that is foolish. Broke men and rich men can be abusive. But everybody saw what Keke Palmer was doing. Husband, on stage, flirting with Usher, carrying on like she's on a stroll. It's bound to happen what happened to her. Poor man or rich man. So how about that? That's the message I have. But let me hear what else she's saying. She's one of those women, oh yeah, her on Beyonce's good internet. I can hear her saying that right now. Yeah, you saying this nonsense on Beyonce's good internet.
Rich man with 10 times more power. So let's hang that conversation up. Ray Rice was seeing so much money when he was putting his hands on his wife. So let's hang that conversation up of rich men are just angels and they don't do nothing. And dating a man who's broke is gonna... That's just a man problem. That's all that it is. So you guys are trying to push this narrative. If she would have dated a rich man, Keke, this wouldn't have happened to you. It's sick. It's sick. And I get you want to push a message and you're trying to tell the world not to date broke men, but it's other ways to do it. And that was very distasteful. If I was Keke and I would have went on the internet and I saw, yeah, girl, you would have dated a rich man, you wouldn't have these problems. What? So it's my fault. Push your agenda another time. Push your message, men ain't another time. This was not the time to do that. All you had to do was say, Keke, I'm sorry you're going through this. Prayers. That's it. But sitting there with the, yeah, broke men are the reason, basically saying to all the women who dated wealthy men, that, oh, your story just didn't happen.
Yeah, that's a problem with women nowadays, right? It's all about money. Oh, you know, get a guy that has money, so at least if you go through something crazy, at least you got something out of it.
I feel like at the age that I'm at, 31.
Still young.
I would like to date someone that's somewhat already established in that space.
You mean he's already financially well off and a man of character and integrity?
Yes. I think you made a good point. If I'm living a certain lifestyle and he may make $55,000 a year, I don't want to be questioned about any of my decisions or purchases. So if I want to go buy me a G-Wagon tomorrow, I don't want to hear, that car is too much money.
Have you experienced something like that before?
Oh, absolutely. I was dating someone and I wanted to invest in real estate and they were just like, oh, that's too much. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want a house hack? That doesn't make sense. They couldn't see the vision. And that was problematic for me. Because this is me transitioning in how I'm going to build wealth, generational wealth, right?
Yeah.
For my future family.
Yeah.
If you can't get on board for that, then that's concerning. That's a red flag.
I'm happy you don't feel that way, but Keke's dead wrong. I mean, let's address what happened. Of course, it's not her fault, but it is her fault. But anyway, let's move on to the next video.
Male patients will ask about their wives' low libido, and they ask if there's any lab tests you can order or medications.
Those men would rather believe that women are biologically wired to want sex less and that there must be some sort of scientific cure for it than to accept that perhaps they are just behaving in a fundamentally way. After all, studies have shown that when men don't do their share of domestic labour, their female partners start to see them as just another child to look after, and that is not sexy. We also know that quite far from being the loyal, Women actually get sick of their male partners much faster than men get sick of their female partners. I wonder if that has anything to do with the way men behave. The idea that women are just less thirsty than men and that we're not visual creatures is also a myth. Men are not biologically or naturally more visual than women. And people with vulvas are not harder to get off or please. When we masturbate, we actually are able to reach orgasm around the same amount of time as people with penises are. So if you're a man upset that the woman in your life has lost her sexual attraction to you, maybe you could look at the fact that you've probably become a domestically lazy additional child to her, you don't get her off in bed, and you look like...
I think it's a lot more than that, right? You know, this has been a long-standing thing. Now, I can see it's a Western problem. Let me explain. When a guy leaves, you know how women feel in other countries? You know what they always say? When it comes to taking care of their man, when it comes to having sex with their man, do you know what they say? I gotta say sex, don't scratch that out, guys. But you know what they say? Like for instance, I know a brother Rodney. He was wondering why his lady was cooking for him at 1 in the morning, crazy hours. She told him, "It's my duty."
Hey, okay, it's your duty. Okay. It's your duty. I'm like, fine. She's like, don't tell me. And then I talked to her sister, and I tell her sister, I was like, everything's fine with your sister. And then I said, sometimes like she wants to do too much. Like she woke up at 12 in the morning and was cooking and stuff like that. And her sister goes, boy, brother, you have to understand that we are a Filipina, that's our duty. And I'm like, you too?
When you're married to a Filipina,
Look, kabatig now.
guapa, you need to realize when they cook, it's because they love you or it's out of love. Like when there's birthday parties or anything, they spend their time cooking. There's always food. If they have money, don't have money, whatever the reason, they will make a way to cook a great meal. I was just standing here watching my wife individually place each one of these into the fry to cook some lechon?
No.
Kind of lechon.
Sweet and sour pork.
But it just made me realize all the times, like when we're together with her family, cooking, they all cook.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, like wow.
You know what she did? I gotta tell you this story, right? Before we got married, she was downstairs with her father and mother. And I said, what are you doing? She said, I'm learning how to cook all of the dishes perfectly. And I said, what do you mean? Because her father's the better cook. Yeah. She said, I'm learning because, I said, I already know why. She said, oh, so I can cook it. I said, wow. Do you hear that? It's my duty. Guys are leaving because women are saying, it's my duty. Do you know women see that as a wife, as their duty, right? So no matter what, see, this is the thing, in the West, they can easily, I just don't feel like it, just leave. They don't care. You wanna know why? Because they got laws on their side. Women outside don't look at it like laws on the side. They look at it as their duty to please their husband, and they take pride in it. Them knowing that it's their duty, they take pride in it, and they actually enjoy it. Wow, man. It's almost like, this is what I gotta say. One thing, of course, I believe every guy needs to stay on the square, right? Every guy needs to stay in the gym, of course. Of course, if a guy's not doing that, yes, it can happen. Same thing as if a woman is just getting blown up like a balloon, which, what's happening? A lot of women in the West are doing. So, she's trying to bash guys when women are blown up like whales more than guys are. The numbers are out there. So, is it more of the reverse? I think so. I don't think she knows that. But anyway, let's go on to the next.
I was the lawyer for the woman who signed her prenuptial agreement left-handed so that if she ever wanted to divorce him and take his money, she could argue that that wasn't her signature. So we get into the deposition and her husband's legal team is like, hey, we've got the prenup signed right here. I don't know why you think you're getting any money. And she's like, I absolutely did not sign that document. I don't know what that document is. I've never seen that document in my life.
Now, I am calling you a liar.
The husband's like, are you really going to go make us get a handwriting expert to come in here and validate this thing in front of the judge? And she's like, sure, go get a handwriting expert. So they bring in a handwriting expert and the guy's looking at the signature and he's looking at her handwriting and he's like, yeah, this doesn't match at all. The husband's lawyer's getting pretty frustrated. He's like, okay, no big deal. We're just going to call in the notary and have her come in and validate that you signed this paperwork. What the husband's legal team did not know is that the notary that the wife recommended they use when they signed the prenup was her best friend from college. So the notary rolls into the deposition and she knows she's going to help her girl get some money here. So she's like, no, she did not sign this. I mean, did you guys even look at the handwriting? It doesn't even look the same. We walked out of that divorce settlement with half of this guy's money and then she took the notary and they flew to Turks and Caicos and partied for the better part of 3 months.
Damn! She found a way out of that prenup. She set him up. He thought he was good. You can't get married in the West. You can't.
Pure evil.
Women wonder why men are checking out of dating. They wonder why men don't want to get married. They wonder why men can't trust women. This is why. That man probably was loaded too. I'm sure he was loaded. Man. And this guy, he smiled all the way to the bank. He was laughing all the way to the bank. You know, he could have been one of those guys, had a nice retirement plan, right? Millions. This guy's retiring like that, millions. Whew. Whew. Saved all those years, had businesses, invested. Took him to the cleaners. Party at Turks and Caicos? All I gotta say is more guys need to check out. Because I don't know what else you need to see to realize.
This is the way.
Passport bros, cash for no. There's more to life. They're going through stuff like this. See you next video. Peace.